to see if it's like good by testing on it, by doing validation, etc. Right? These are all the steps of machine learning. Now, how we are using ML ops is once we have developed this ML model, we also try to monitor its performance and then update it accordingly. Now, how do we do that? Like next slide. If you see here, start from the top left, there's this data set, then pre-processing model selection. Exactly how I told you, right? Then there is development, testing, deployment, and monitoring. So MLOps has only these things extra. That's deployment and monitoring. That's it. And from monitoring, we are again generating the data set. That's the difference between machine learning and MLOps. Because if you have done machine learning earlier, you would already know that you have to do like from the data set, you have to create a model and then also test it and deploy it. When we just integrate these two different things, that is deployment and monitoring, and then after monitoring the performance, after seeing how the model is performing, when we take this monitoring back to creating more data set, this part of connecting from the monitoring purposes to the dataset is called nothing but machine learning or like ML ops or machine learning operations. So this ML ops term is also derived from like DevOps, which stands for developer operations, which is nothing but full maintenance of like end-to-end maintenance of any, let's say, web applications or mobile applications, all sorts of stuff. So that's nothing but again the same thing of completely like deploy, like automating the deployment and then continuously monitoring it, etc. तो you got this till this, right? अब तक किसी सबको चमका? कोई problems वगैरह है, कोई questions है, you can feel free to like raise your hand and write in the chat or even unmute yourself. So like we just did basic introduction of how it is and how differently like operations operate from machine learning. तो कुछ भी लगा तो you can like always write in the chat. Okay, so now we know कि ML ops में तो बस like same ही है जो हम लोग machine learning भी कर रहे थे. Only two things are different, that is deployment and then after deploying monitoring the performance, and most importantly by using monitoring you are just again feeding it into the data set. So like you are doing this loop continuously. Okay, is it necessary to have skills in ML? Well, like before starting MLOps, like specific course in MLOps or like that, I won't say no. I guess I didn't get your question clear, Priya. Like, do you mean before starting MLOps or do you mean like overall, like do I need to learn ML or something like that? So I'll answer like both ways. Like machine learning is not completely necessary if you are talking about like there are other fields as well. For example, web development, app development, etc. So you may dive into that. But if you're interested in machine learning, of course, you can absolutely try to learn machine learning, but you don't need to have complete knowledge of ML before you start with ML ops, because eventually it's gonna cover you like even like if you start any course in ML ops or anything else, you can of course see that there's much resemblance. Like you are gonna learn machine learning in that as well. I hope I tried to cover your question, but all right, let's proceed. So MLOps तो clear हो गया, but what is this Azure? So Azure is a cloud computing platform. That's it. अभी Azure ही नहीं है, अलग अलग भी है. And you might have heard Google Cloud Platform. कितने लोगों ने सुना है? GCP, AWS, Amazon Web Services. Most of the people have seen. Yeah, of course. Like if you have heard it, you can of course raise your hands. Right? Yeah, you have heard it. Exactly. Then AWS, there is Amazon Web Services, there is Microsoft Azure, there is even IBM's cloud platform is there, and there like maybe there are even more that I don't even know. Right? अभी इन सब में से why Azure और why AWS in general, because these are the best sellers or these are the kings of the markets and queens of the market. So Azure has like generally, specifically, if you'll see the government projects of US or like any industrial projects and all, those are mostly done by Microsoft Azure because of their trust in Azure. And then of course they are also done by AWS, Amazon Web Services. So Azure is your cloud computing platform, which will give you to do everything. Like it has multiple platforms, like total number of services would exceed by 1,000. तो तुम सब कुछ कर सकते हो एजर पे। तुमने वेबसाइट बनाई, तुमको डिप्लॉय करना है, एजर पे कर दो। तुम्हें अगर मशीन लर्निंग करना है तो तुम एजर के कंप्यूटिंग यूज करके कर लो। अगर तुमको एक वर्चुअल मशीन चाहिए जिसमें तुमको कुछ काम करना है या फिर गेम भी खेलना है, सो आई यूज टू डू दिस। आई हैव अ मैक मशीन, सो आई कांट प्ले गेम्स बट आई लाइक टू प्ले गेम्स अ लॉट। तो मैं क्या कर देता था, एजर पे एक वर्चुअल मशीन डिप्लॉय कर दिया, उसके ऊपर लाइक विंडोज वगैरह इंस्टॉल करके गेम खेल लेता था मैं, दैट्स ऑल। So you can do that too. So basically end to end, whatever you think the use case is, you can like simply do it on Azure. Okay. So these are some services that we have mentioned, that there are virtual machine, there are some databases, networking, all sorts of stuff. In fact, मैंने यहाँ पे domain name भी खरीदा है. So like I have purchased the domain name atharvakhedkar.com using Azure. So you can do this too if you have a subscription, of course. But yeah, like actually this cloud gaming is a thing. So I did it for myself, but now if you see like Geo cloud gaming or something, Geo has started, and even there was Google Stadia. So they also did exactly the same thing, that you can play clouds online without worrying about your infrastructure. So these are some things you could explore. Now next. So in Azure, there is also one small service which is called as cognitive service. So this cognitive services enables you to directly access these features, that is computer vision, text analytics, speech services, and all the other that are mentioned. अभी इसमें क्या कर सकते हो? There is just a web portal. For example, if you want to do computer vision, but you don't know how to train machine learning model using, let's say, TensorFlow या फिर using Python code, so they have already web platforms and APIs. What you can do is directly visit the platform, upload your images, and it will train the model for you. That easy. Machine learning जानने की जरूरत भी नहीं है. You can do it on a web platform itself. Yeah. Then similarly, like for text analysis and speech services, everything, like there would be a web platform. You can do it by simple drag and drop and stuff, or you can also use their APIs. So API generate kar lo, and you can just call those APIs to use their translation, which a use case of it are we are going to see in this sem, that how we are going to use a API for translation. This we are going to cover right now, using hands-on, and you can experience it that too. So next. So now we came to know कि MLops क्या होता है, and now we also came to know कि Azure actually है क्या और क्या क्या services है. But when we talk about model deployment, which is the stage of MLops, तो ये exactly deployment है क्या? Like हमें तो web development पता है, अभी इसमें भी ये ML deployments क्या है? तो जैसे वेब डेवलपमेंट में भी ऑफ कोर्स हैव अ फ्रंट एंड एंड अ बैक एंड, राइट? Similarly, for machine learning projects, you can have some front end from which we can interact with the machine learning model, and we'll also have a back end, which is nothing but an API. तो वेब डेवलपमेंट का तुमको तो ये पता ही होगा कि फ्रंट एंड के, लाइक लेट्स डू अ थिंग कि वेब डेवलपमेंट के कोई भी फ्रेमवर्क लिख लो फ्रंट एंड के इन द चैट क्विकली. यू मस्ट हैव नोन टन्स. एनीवन वेब के फ्रेमवर्क, अरे किस में लिखते हैं? लाइक HTML है, देन देयर इज रिएक्ट, या ऑफ कोर्स रिएक्ट है, नोड जेएस है, एग्जैक्टली. तो लाइक रिएक्ट एंड ऑल आर फ्रेमवर्क्स, बूटस्ट्रैप इज देयर, एग्जैक्टली, एंगुलर भी है. तो these things of front end HTML CSS the base the god उसके बिना तो ये सब बनता भी नहीं, right? तो these front end tools which are completely same for web development यही तुम ML के लिए यूज कर लोगे. अभी अगर तुम लोग मशीन लर्निंग डेवलपर हो तो तुम जनरली डील करोगे आई पाइथन नोटबुक्स के साथ और पाइथन लाइक जनरली लाइक पाइथन नोटबुक्स के साथ. तो यू कांट डायरेक्टली गिव दैट टू योर क्लाइंट कि ये देखिए मैंने बना दिया, अब तुमको जैसे चलाना है चला लेना. तो यू कांट गिव अ पाइथन नोटबुक टू देम, राइट? दे हैव टू लाइक interact with it in some kind of visualization ताकि उनको भी समझेगा. Like who is a ML developer, they can easily interact with a Python notebook, but बाकियों का क्या? You have to give it to clients as well. That's why you need a front end to interact with it. तो फ्रंट एंड फॉर वेब एंड एमएल इज कंप्लीटली सेम, कोई डिफरेंस नहीं है. सिमिलरली वेब डेवलपमेंट में बैकएंड्स हम लोग इंटरैक्ट करते हैं यूजिंग सम बैकएंड टूल्स. सो सिमिलरली एमएल में भी हम लोग बैकएंड में इंटीग्रेट कर देते हैं तुम्हारे मॉडल को. So front end part is same, but in backend, you just integrate your machine learning model into the backend, and that's how you use ML, and that's how like you call it basically machine learning deployment. That is it. तो अभी यहाँ पे 3 सर्विसेज है in Python that you could use for deployment in backend. So there is Flask, there is Django, and there is Fast API. तो आजकल लेटेस्ट लाइक द वन विच इज बीइंग यूज्ड अ लॉट इज नथिंग बट फास्ट एपीआई. So fast API, as the name suggests, like people say it's very fast. It also enables like parallel compute and etc. So like it's very easy to set up and it's very good. तो अभी like trending के लिए if you want to learn, you can just start with like first know how to do deployments that you can do using Flask, which we are going to use this time as well. And once you're familiar with Flask, Django, I would say, is optional, and directly you can go to Fast API. All right. So next we'll explore what Flask is. So Flask is again a backend development micro framework. Okay. It's very easy to use and you can just simply configure it to return HTML files. For example, if we visit on this website, return this file. If we visit on this path, like render this path, that kind of stuff. So you will see this in code. Abhi, if you don't know Flask, it might be a little confusing, but hang tight there because like we'll be doing this in code as well. So you'll understand more about it. Okay. तो नेक्स्ट अब समझ गया कि बैकएंड कैसे क्रिएट करना है, तो वो तो बना लेंगे. बट लुक एट दीज टू मीम्स. द फर्स्ट वन, इट सेज दैट कि मेरा वेबसाइट देखो एंड इट विल गिव यू लोकल होस्ट लिंक. सिमिलरली द सेकेंड वन, लोकल होस्ट की लिंक दे दिया. नाउ दिस लोकल होस्ट लाइक विल दिस वर्क ऑन अदर पर्सन्स प्लेटफॉर्म? नो, राइट? बिकॉज लोकल होस्ट इज नथिंग बट तुम्हारे कंप्यूटर का एड्रेस और लाइक तुम्हारे नेटवर्क का एड्रेस टू बी स्पेसिफिक. तो ये तो तुम्हारे क्लाइंट के वेबसाइट मतलब ये तो तुम्हारे क्लाइंट के साइड वर्क नहीं करेगा. तो यू नीड टू डिप्लॉय दिस और यू नीड टू मेक लाइक यू नीड टू बी एबल टू अलाउ दिस वेबसाइट टू बी यूज्ड बाय अदर पीपल एज वेल. तो इसके लिए तुम लोग क्लाउड सर्विसेज यूज करते हो. तो सिंपली तुम्हारी जो वेबसाइट है इसको लेके जाओगे एज्योर पे एंड एज्योर के ऊपर यू विल गेट अ डोमेन नेम which you can just share with anyone on the web and they will be able to access it. That's all. So now we know कि if we have to create a backend, we'll use Flask. If we have to use like if we have to deploy it, then we'll use Azure. And the specific service on Azure which we use for deploying these models is called as Azure App Services. तो इसमें you can like deploy all these things. So there is web apps, there is even mobile के apps, then there is APIs and logic apps. All right. So without further waiting, now Atharva Malode will tell you what we are going to do in this session today. That's we are going to utilize a API to and integrate it with Flask and deploy it on web using app services. So I hope everyone has their like Azure services set up. because we shared with you the API keys. Awesome. Malode, please carry on.
Yeah, so thank you, Atar. I guess most of you have got your Azure vouchers and you have unlocked your free credits, free student credits. Let me know in the chat box, guys, if you have unlocked them.
So
Okay.
all who has the Azure subscription and who doesn't, like if you don't have Azure subscription, you can also say that and we can help you with that.
Yeah, quickly let me know in the chat box, or you can also unmute if well, okay. I guess most of them have that.
Okay, in case if you don't, I'll just simply give you a link. Hmm. Okay, so what you can do is you can go to this website. So you need to at least have a GitHub account for this. Have a GitHub account, sign up for GitHub Student Developer Pack, and in this you can find your Azure subscription. So this works too.
Sounds great. So guys, can we start to create actual translator app? Let me know in the chat box quickly. Okay, somebody has student developer pack. Nice. Yeah, Kaustubh says he's all set. Good to go then. So yeah, so I will just quickly show you up. I will share the link in the chat box. Sounds great. So just do a thing, go to this link and download this as a zip. And how you're going to do that, just click on this code button and you can see download as a zip option. Can you? Let me know in the chat box and just download it, guys. See, I'm just clicking it up. That's it. And you can see here in the download section, there is something known as, okay, sorry for that. We don't need this. Just a second. Just a second. Just a second. Please click this link and download it. Yeah, I got that. I got that. That won't be available. Check this one. And just go to this code section, and inside that code section, just simply download this as a zip. So you will get that in the download section. See, it's there. Quickly follow me, and if you have done that, let me know. One day. Sounds great. Okay, many of you have done that. Great. So should we move further? Yeah. So just open this, your download folder basically, and you can see this translator web app. Just you can extract here, or you can also bring it to desktop. I will bring it to desktop to make it quite simple for you. And what we are going to do is we are just going to extract this file. See, that's it. I'm just extracting it. No rocket science involved, no new thing involved, just few simple steps. And you can see it is there on the desktop. If you want to say this, there is a folder named translator template mail. Can you see that?
Yes, sir, we can see that.
Sounds great. Sounds great. So whatever we are going to do is if you want to rename, it's your option. If you don't want to, you can't. So I will just rename it with something like known as translator. It's completely optional. And what we are going to do is we are going to open it in your VS Code. For me, I'm opening it in terminal and I'm writing code dot. So basically it will open the entire application in our VS Code. You can also directly open that using drag and drop or using files option and open folder option. So guys, let me know, have you completed the steps? These were quite few simple steps. Okay. Yeah, I'm waiting for you. I will wait for 5 to 10 seconds more. Okay, I said yes, done. Sounds great. Yeah, Vishal, quickly do it up. So let's move further. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to open the terminal. You can see the terminal option quite here. And inside the terminal, what I'm going to do is just simple going to install the dependencies using pip install flag R. R stands for write, read, and requirements.txt. So what let's understand what is going to do is simply all the pip packages which are present here in the requirement.txt file, they are just going to be installed. That's it. Nothing new. So just hit enter. And for me, it is going to say that requirements are already satisfied because I already have these libraries. I guess, guys, most of you have your Python installed as per the mail you have got. Okay, let me know in the chat box if you are following me and you are done till this.
Sir, can you repeat the command in command line terminal?
Yeah. Sure. It's quite simple. See, pip install flag R and requirements.txt. This file is just a name which is present here. Is it fine? Abhay, I guess.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, I guess you got that in the chat box. You can also copy and paste it.
Sir, my Azure account is not created. Can you repeat that process?
Like I haven't went to Azure. Do you want to tell me regarding student developer pack or what?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So
So,
basically, yeah.
so I posted a link for student developer. Like, do you have a student account on GitHub? Like, are you verified as a student?
Sir, I have verified, but it is not giving me access of it.
So probably like, did you do it right now or it's done from a long time ago?
No, sir, I have done for 2 hours before.
Okay, so like to verify student eligibility, the GitHub team takes some time for that.
Okay.
So you can absolutely like we are recording this session, so you can refer to this letter once you have your Azure subscription active, and then you can try these tips. So
Okay, sir.
it's okay,
Thank you.
no problem.
Yeah, guys, if you are facing some issues with this, I think you don't have Python installed somewhere. So is it done? Let me know in the chat box. It was a simple command which was there in the chat box too. You can copy and paste it. That's it. Great. Arthik is too fast. Okay. So let's move further. Now, what we'll do is we'll create an API. Before that, let's try to understand or have a basic overview of how this file structure works. So as discussed, we are going to create our application in Flask. So what is Flask? Flask is just a simple micro framework made in Python. So this is our starting point, app.py. You can keep any name. You just need a .py file to start up with. That's it. And usually it is recommended to keep as app.py because it is you can say that it is recognized as app.py. That's it. So what is happening here is we have just created few functions and we are just rendering the index.html page. So what is this page doing is this is just a small HTML form which will interact with the user, which will take in some input, and after taking in some input, it will just give to your model. Or in our case, now here it will be API. So it will just give to the API, and what API will do, it will convert the language from English to Hindi. That's it. So do you want me to move further or you are still facing an issue? So what is this is these are our details. That is an API key which we are going to get now from Azure. And this is our endpoint and location where we are going to create our API key. So simply just launch your browser. And inside your browser, you can just search for Azure login. That's it. Guys, please follow me if you are there. Open the Azure and sign up with your account in which you have your student credits. That's it. For my case, it is this mail ID and it must be with your personal mail in your case. Okay, sounds great. We have opened it, I guess. Yeah. So have you reached this or you're still facing an issue? Simple. Like how you log in your Instagram account, like same steps here also. We just have to move to Azure login. We have to give our details. That's it. You have logged in. Sounds great. So let's create our API now. So to create our API, what you want to do is just go here and search for a translator. But simply translator search kar do. Like you will get this first option. Okay, in my case it is first. So if you just search, you'll get this option as translator. Open this up. That's it. And see, it must be showing there is no translator to display. I hope you reached out here. Should we create the new translator now? Okay, we'll repeat it once more. So what we did is, हम बस हमारा Azure account हमने open कर दिया and at the top search option, we just searched for translator. And once we got this translator here, you can see it is in service. We are just opening it. And yeah, here it is showing that there is no translator yet. We will have to create it. Sounds great. So बस यहाँ पे click कर दो यार, create translator. And yeah, it will load. It will ask you some details like this. Let's quickly fill out this. Let's make a resource group with some name as MLSA. Straight okay. You can create with your own name also. That's completely fine. So yeah, let's move. So just create this simple resource group. As you can see here, I just created a new resource group from this button. That's it. And here it will be as Azure Student Subscription, something written like Azure Student Subscription. Just select that option and move down. Just try to fill out this form. Keep the region as East US. You can have Central India, East US too as per your needs. There is no constraint. But for me, I'm choosing as East US and a little unique name. Is it going too fast? Let me know in the chat box. I will wait for some time. Okay. Sounds great. So Badhu, what you have to do is just launch your browser and search for Azure login. Or you can search for Azure and just open, like say, this is Azure. And once you move here, pick your account. For my case, it is this account. I'm selecting it. And once you open this account, that's it. Your Azure is opened here. Nothing new. Few simple login steps. That's it. Okay. Sounds great. So now what next you want to do is just go here in the search resources section, search for a translator. You can see this option coming up here, translators. Just hit that and hopefully it would be giving that no translator to display. So you can see this option and just hit this button, create translator. So I hope you are following me. Let me know. Once you open this and something similar page like this will pop up here, like you can say it here. So just fill out these details like which subscription you are using, then which resource group, like you can create your own resource group from here, like create new, that's it, nothing new. Once you move on here, just give the region name. Let's skip it a little unique one, or let's see, is it giving us translator? If not, we will add some numbers to that. Then it will give it. Okay, so yeah, translator is allowed. No, it's not. So you can write something like 991. It's completely optional. You just need some unique name. That's it. You can also start with your own name. Yeah, sounds like it's been accepted. Let me know, like simple steps. What we did is we searched for translator in Azure. Then we created a translator. Inside that, we are trying to fill up this few details. That's it. Okay. repeating it once more. So hey Avanti, what I did is I just launched my browser, searched for Azure login, and just a second. Inside that, what I did is I just logged in here, like you can see, and it would be asking few steps like what is your mail ID and all. So I'm just picking up my account. This is my
Yeah.
account here, and
Excuse
I'm
me, sir.
just uh-huh.
One of my friend have recently signed up for Azure. It
Okay.
asking organization name.
You can put their student. It will work.
Okay. Okay. Thanks, sir.
Fine. So once you open your Azure account, you just have to search for translator. And once you get this translator, like let's search it. So just search for translators. Once you open this translators, inside that hit create translator button. That's it. That's it. So once you hit that, you will get a page quite similar to this. And that's it. Then you have to fill up this details like what is your subscription. In your case, it must be student subscription and resource group. You can create one by tapping here and then you select the region. Yeah, if you just click here in the subscription button, you will get subscription available. Here it will be in your case, student subscription. That's it. In my case, it is Visual Studio 1. So whatever it is available, just select that. Okay, otherwise it means that you haven't availed your free Azure credits. Like you just have logged in, something like that. And once you reach out here, just give the region name, give the translator 991. This name should be quite unique. You can start it with your own name also, it's completely fine. And let's select the pricing tier. In our case, I'm selecting it as pay as you go, but in your case, you can select something like F0, which is a free tier. It won't cost you. So once you did this steps, just simply tap this review plus create option. So can we move further? यहाँ तक के सब पहुंच गए? Let me know. I know handling it for first time might go like little hectic, but I guess these are a few simple steps. No rocket science involved in common language. Okay, yeah, let's move further. So what we have to do is just hit this button, review plus create, and it will work. No. So once you do this, you will see one more option that is create. Let it load like it is trying to work for you. Okay. Yeah, sure. So yeah, so what I did is I just selected for this translator and I just hit this option as create translator. Once I hit this, I will get this basic form, like it will ask me for which subscription you are using, which resource group you want, in which region you are. Like I've chosen it as East US. You can also have anyone like Central India. I would prefer to go for East US as for only this event, right?
सर
So select.
सब्सक्रिप्शन में Azure for students दिखा रहा है.
Right. You have to go with that.
Okay, sir.
So once तुम ये सब complete कर देते हो, just hit this review plus create option. Biswajit. And once you did that, you will come to this page. बस यहाँ पे create करना है. That's it. So I'm just creating it, and it would be saying something like initializing deployment. बस अपना translator बन गया है, समझ जाओ. So I guess it's done. Yeah. So it's done, guys. Can you see this? Okay, it is saying deployment in progress. Wait for a few seconds more. एक बार हो जाता है तो लाइक समझ लो कि तुम्हारा ट्रांसलेटर रेडी है. यू जस्ट हैव टू हॉप टू योर प्रोजेक्ट नाउ. दैट्स इट. तो यहाँ पे आने के बाद बस गो टू रिसोर्सेज पे क्लिक कर दो. नथिंग एल्स. And once you move here, you can see this translator app in front of you. So have you reached this point? Let me know in the chat box. Okay, validation failed. Avanti, you must have missed something. Something like, please check the error message. If you can, just paste it out here so that I can help you.
Hello. Sir, it's giving me an error.
Okay.
सब्सक्रिप्शन में रिसोर्स ग्रुप में कुछ लिखने के लिए कह रहा है, क्रिएट
राइट सो यहाँ पे बस क्रिएट न्यू पे टैप कर दो एंड जस्ट राइट अ न्यू नेम, समथिंग लाइक इट मे बी योर नेम और इट मे बी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन नेम, कुछ भी लिख सकते हो, दैट्स इट। तो एक बार जब तुम ये लिख लेते हो तो फॉर एग्जांपल यहाँ पे मैं अपना खुद का नाम लिख लेता हूँ, या दैट्स इट, और एक ओके पे हिट कर देता हूँ, दैट्स इट, यू विल गेट दिस रिसोर्स, दैट्स इट। And guys, just make sure a simple thing that your app name should be unique. This one. यहाँ पे ग्रीन टिक लग जाता है जब तुम एक यूनिक ऐप नेम डालते हो, तो like wait for some time and try some changes in that name, and once it is unique you will get a green tick here. If there is a green signal, good to go, that's it. So once you have deployed the entire application or like you reached here, that's it. Can we move further? Let me know in the chat box. Sounds great. Okay, good to go. So guys, you can see this keys and endpoint section. Can you see that? Just tap here. And inside that, you will get some keys. You will get the text translation link. You will get the location, like you have only set that location. That's it. So what you are going to do now is just copy this and don't share this link with anyone if it is a paid tag. If it is free one, then also please don't share that. So bus is a copy kar do simply. That's it. So have you reached this point or you are still behind?
गुड टू गो।
Sounds great. तो एक बार यहाँ पे पहुंच जाते हो तो बस यार सिंपली इस की को तुम कॉपी कर लो जैसे मैंने कहा, एंड कॉपी करके यहाँ पे एक .env फोल्डर है, दिख रहा है हमारे VS कोड वाले फोल्डर, लाइक हमारे प्रोजेक्ट के टेम्पलेट में एक .env फाइल है। सो दीज आर बेसिकली योर API डिटेल्स। बस कुछ नहीं, यहाँ पे पेस्ट कर देना, इट विल बी समथिंग लाइक अ 32 डिजिट नंबर, लाइक नॉट ओनली अ नंबर, कैरेक्टर आल्सो, समथिंग लाइक CA3 व्हाटएवर इट इज, बहुत बड़ा रहेगा, बस इसे कॉपी पेस्ट कर देना, दैट्स इट। बस यहाँ तक के पहुंच जाते हो, प्लीज लीव अ मैसेज, गुड टू गो, और एनीथिंग। बस इसके बाद में ऐसे बोल सकते हैं कि हमारा जो एप्लीकेशन है लोकल इट इज डिप्लॉयड, हम उसे रन करके देख सकते हैं, ट्रांसलेट भी करके देख सकते हैं, इंग्लिश टू जापानीज करके देख ले। वाओ, अमेजिंग, गुड टू गो, दैट्स इट देन। तो बस कुछ नहीं यार, हमें बस यहाँ पे अपनी API की पेस्ट कर देना है, बस कंट्रोल सेव कर देना है, दैट्स इट। देन मूव टू दिस app.py फोल्डर वंस यू डिड दिस। ओके, so yeah, that's it. So once you create this translator, you will see some screen like this. Okay, what to paste. So in this screen, if you move to keys and endpoint section, inside that, just copy this. Simply copy this. That's it. एक बार तुम इसे copy कर लेते हो, यहाँ पे option दिया है copy to clipboard. That's it. Once you copy this, just move on to your Visual Studio Code. Inside that, you have a .env folder. Inside this .env folder, you will see some key which is blank. Can you see that? You just have to paste this key there. That's it. बस यहाँ पे आके हमें हमारी की जो है पेस्ट कर देना है। Yeah, you will get the recorded session. So मैं यहाँ पे पेस्ट कर देता हूँ and let's make a control S. तो मैंने सेव कर दिया and let's move to this app.py. अब हमें करना क्या है? Simply we will write a small command that is flask run. That's it. And hit a enter button. So you will see this message coming up. Is it visible on your screens too? तो कुछ नहीं करना है यार, बस हम ये लिंक कॉपी कर देना है। अब हमने फ्लास्क सीखा था, तो फ्लास्क में हम डिप्लॉय करने वाले थे, तो हमने जैसे जाना था यहाँ पे कि कुछ HTML पेजेस रेंडर होने वाले हैं, दिख रहे हैं? तो ये कुछ HTML पेज था हमारा, insert templates index.html, बस basic HTML था, nothing new. I guess most of you must be knowing it. So once you reach out here, like that's it, your app is deployed like on the local server. तो हमने कुछ देखा था localhost 5000 करके, this is that localhost. तो तुम इसे क्या कर सकते हो, just copy this or you can do a simple thing, that is कि press the control button and you can see this follow link option. So just tap on this, that's it. And see, the application is deployed. Can you see that? Let me know if it is going too fast. Let me know if it is going too fast. Okay, Rishikesh is quite fast, right? And what about other folks? We have 80 folks more, I guess, right? Wow, sounds great. तो बस कुछ नहीं करना है, कुछ ट्रांसलेट करके देख ले फिर अब. Like, let's write, hey, I'm Athar. Something like, okay, let's keep it I'm Athar. Simple. You can write your own message. And just select the language. In my case, I'm taking it as Japanese. देख लेते हैं जापानीज में hey I'm Athar कैसे रहता है. Okay, Avanti is talking about what are pasting the keys. So Avanti, basically, once you create this translator, so you must be seeing the screen, right? Inside that, on the left hand side, you can see an option known as keys and endpoint. बस उसमें जाना है, and then you will get this key. You can get this key 1, and बस इसे copy करना है from this copy to clipboard option. That's it. So once you copy this, what you are going to do is you are going to go in this .env file. Inside that .env file, यहाँ पे कुछ blank number होगा, like yeah, a blank number. तो यहाँ पे बस तुम्हें लिंक जो तुमने कोड कॉपी किया था Azure ट्रांसलेटर से, उसे बस सिंपली पेस्ट कर देना है. That's it, and just control save. और बस हम आ गए यहाँ पे app.py पे. तो मैं एक बार इसे बंद कर देता हूँ. And as I have made some changes, तो बस एक बार फिर से flask run ये कमांड हम डाल देते हैं and just hit a enter. So once you hit this, you can see something like running on localhost or this is your local port. That's it. कुछ 5000 करके एक पोर्ट है, तो वो पोर्ट पे हमारा एप्लीकेशन चल रहा है. Nothing new. So बस यहाँ पे कंट्रोल कीबोर्ड पे मैं हिट करके रख रहा हूँ और यहाँ पे एक फॉलो लिंक मिल रहा है, या फिर एक काम कर सकते हो, डायरेक्टली कॉपी दिस लिंक. And once you copy this, so just go to your browser, and inside your browser, what you are going to do is just paste this and just hit a enter. That's it. Okay. Someone is getting internal error server. तो maybe तुमने packages install नहीं किए होंगे. Yeah, post the complete error so that we can also get that. So what you are going to do now is just write your message, something like, hey, I'm Athar. तो बस इस पे एक ट्रांसलेटर की बटन हिट कर देते हैं यार. सिंपली यहाँ पे एक ट्रांसलेट लिखा हुआ है, and just hit this translate button. That's it. And you can see it translated it. So translated text कुछ ऐसे दिख रहा है. Okay, we kept it English only. Just a second. Let me put it once more. Like, hey, I am Athar. और बस इसे इंग्लिश से कुछ कहाँ पे जापानीज पे ट्राई कर लेते हैं. So जापानीज पे जाने के बाद just hit this translate button. So once you do this, you can see this. यार मुझे तो जापानीज नहीं आती. Can anybody tell me what is this written here? Please let me know. Like, for me, I don't know Japanese. If there is any Japanese folk who has given this Japanese exams, Japanese language exams and all, please बता दो यार क्या लिखा है.
Watashi wa Athar desu.
Okay, sounds great. So कुछ नहीं, देख लेते हैं कि जो पीयूष बोल रहा है तो वो सच में कुछ है या मतलब है या कुछ नया है. तो कुछ नहीं यार, सिंपली एक नया टैब ओपन कर लेते हैं and let's write Japanese to English translator. That's it. And inside this, let's paste it. Okay, we are pasting localhost. तो ये हमें कुछ नहीं पेस्ट करना था. This is our application. हाँ.
मेरे इसमें लाइब्रेरीज इंस्टॉल नहीं हो रही है.
Install नहीं हो रही है, तो is it conflicting or what? Like, can you give the exact message what it is showing
Import
error?
request.
So
No
it
module name request. No module name request.
basically you haven't run this pip install. That's why. So guys, right? Somebody told Patashiva Atharvadesu. So thank you guys. Like मेरी help करने के लिए. I was not knowing Japanese completely. So it is saying right, hey, I am Athar. So hope we converted it and we also learned Japanese today. So is it working, guys, in your case? Let me know in the chat box. And for the one who was like import error was there, so pip install जो है वो completely नहीं हुआ है. You can actually paste the entire error in the chat box to get the details of that. तो बस यार like क्लास तो चल गया है. Yeah, pip install request will work. So guys, जिनका application run हो गया, let me know. If once it is done, we will move towards deployment. क्योंकि तुम्हें तुम्हारे friend को application share भी तो करना है. Like we saw in the PPT, in the ML there was front end and there was back end. Inside that back end there was an model as an API service. So we did the same thing. We haven't done anything new. तो ये कुछ नहीं होता है. Like what is this post? It is used in APIs. That's it. Get means some user से कुछ input लेंगे and post means we will give some output to the user. That's it. Like if someone is knowing about RESTful APIs, so he must be familiar with these names, if I'm not wrong. So basically, please check the key, Pawan. Like maybe it is possible that key you have given the wrong region or wrong link of the endpoint, और हो सकता है कि API की भी गलत दी हो. तो इन तीनों में से एक चीज प्रेफरेबल रह सकती है. तो प्लीज अवॉइड दैट. लाइक उसे एक बार रीचेक कर लो, इज इट राइट और रॉन्ग. You can see this. It is translating. Guys, please let me know like किसी का application ready हो गया है? If yes, please let me know in the chat box. Okay. I guess किसी का नहीं हुआ है. Do you want me to repeat the steps from where we pasted the API key? Sounds great. So for Avanti, the application is running. So, okay, we will wait for 1 or 2 minutes more and then we will continue. Application तो बन गई, अभी तुम्हारे friends को share भी तो करना है. Like जो भी तुम्हारे friends है, college mates and all, उनको तुम्हारा application दिखना भी तो चाहिए. ये तो बस तुम्हें visible है. We created it on localhost. So can anybody tell me what was the next step? Like हमने startup तो बना लिया localhost पे as per the main, but what next? Okay, it's not ready. Okay, Pawan is saying it right. Deploy. Avanti, can you just tell me what error it is? Like, can you specify? Sounds great. Customers deployed it. So, customer, you can share the link with this post to just check in like what you created.
No, he's telling the next step is to deploy it on Azure.
Okay, got it, fine. So like Kastub got it right. We will wait till 8:3 something and then we will move on. Okay, memory.env. Just pip install this. I guess your requirements.txt hasn't been installed properly. Yeah, you can see there's a python.env that is for environment. How to open it in browser. So what I did is, you can check it here. See, just follow me from the terminal. Just write flask run and hit a enter button. That's it. And it will give you the link for localhost. Just copy this link, or you can just tap the control button if you are on Windows and just follow this link. That's it. Once you follow that, you will see your application running on a localhost 5000 something like. Yes, you are not getting the link. So basically, you must be getting some error if I'm not wrong. Like this must be the screen in front of you in the terminal. So, Andy, can you just paste that link, whatever it was? So paste that error, whatever it was. Be quick. We will wait for 2 to 3 minutes more, and then we'll start up with the deployment portion. Wait. Have you done pip install request, Karthik? Wow, just a second. Okay, Sujit want me to repeat after pasting key. So once you pasted this key, just control save. That's it. And sorry for that. Yeah. So once you did this from the terminal, you just have to write flask run, a simple command. So just flask run, that's it, and just hit the enter button. So I guess it's done. You will see this link. Just simple steps, guys. That's it. You can see the application is running on the localhost 5000. Just pip upgrade. That's it. Okay. It will work. Okay. Let me know whose application is running. So I guess we should move further. So for those who is like after hitting the translate button, the application is not working, it is giving some error. Guys, just check this. Have you given these details properly in the .env file? Like check this. Yeah, simple thing. Maybe it is possible that you have chosen a region that was Central India or something like East US2. Please recheck that. and put there the proper region, it would be available on your translator app. Like inside your Azure, you can see inside this translator app, if you move on here, something like you can see location region, which is East US, and you can also see this text translation link. So please check that all these links and API keys are correct. If they're correct, then you can move further. Like if it is not translating, basically there is something here. That's it. And don't forget to save the file. Like, see, in my case, what I'm doing is I'm just pasting my API key here and I'm just doing Control S. That's it. Once I did this Control S, I can move to app.py. That's it. Now my application will be working. So please recheck these things. If it is done, then you are good to go. I don't think so you will encounter any such issue. Okay, is someone trying to say something? It was done mistakenly. So yeah, I think we can move towards the deployment portion. If it is not working, then like a short video will be shared with you of the entire session, so you can repeat the steps. Wow, for Karthik it worked great. That really motivates me too. Okay, restarting the VS Code. Yeah, like this may be an option, but I think without that also it will work. Okay, I got that what you want to say. So just check this, that where you are pointing towards from your VS Code. Like in my case, what I did was I just have given this code dot inside this location that was in my desktop. And inside that folder, I have just given this command. That's why it opened the VS Code there. So in your case, what you can do is you can just go to this files option. From this, you can go to this open folder option. And from that, you can get that file wherever it is present, even if it is in your desktop or in C drive, D drive, wherever it is. So please check that there is app.py present. Like just check, you can write pwd, something like print working directory. If you write this print working directory, you can check currently where you are in your terminal. It must be in the same folder name. That's it. Yeah, so I think we can move further. If you folks are facing an issue, then you can get the recording and you can just recheck what you missed up. That's it. So what I'm going to do is, as we have seen that our application was running locally. That's it, right? Now what we are going to do is, you can see a option here like a source control, a GitHub option. So just go here, make sure you are logged in with your GitHub account in your VS Code. Like in my case, I'm logged in with my GitHub account. You can see this. It's Athar, and yeah, I'm somewhere there. So just make sure you're logged in with your GitHub account on your VS Code so that it will be quite easier for you to move further. And just go to this source control option. Inside that, you will get an option named as publish to GitHub. That's it. Hit that. So just hit this button and yeah, your app will get, your repository will be available on your GitHub account. So in my case, I'm keeping it as private. You can also keep it as public, but wait, there's a thing. You are sharing your API key, which is not hidden as of now. So please make sure that you don't publicly leak that. So I'm keeping it as private and just hitting this option. That's it. And there is a magic. It will automatically do each and everything. You don't have to do anything now. See, it is saying that successfully published to GitHub with the name translator. And you can see here, it is just giving me an open on GitHub option. So should I open that? Let me know in the chat box, or we should wait for you folks for some time. Yeah, please let me know. I'm there. Have you reached this point? Anyone? Please let me know. Okay, I'm there checking the message box. Yeah, uploading on Git. Sounds great. So if you are done with the small steps, like I just moved on here in the source control option, it will be available on your VS Code 2. I just moved on here inside this option. There was an button here to publish it on GitHub. I have just hit that, and rest is it has done automatically. That's it. So if it's done, then you can check your GitHub account. Like, where is my GitHub account? Let me check. So it is somewhere here. And if I just move to my repositories, so where is it? It must be somewhere around. Yeah, see, it is private one. So translator is here. You can see that. Is it visible to you all folks? Like, see translator, it is in private ones. That's why there's a small lock. That's it. And it is there in my GitHub repositories. So yeah, like let me know. We will wait for some time. We will see that how many of you have done this. Waiting for you all folks there. Yeah, repeating the steps once more. Just I have moved to this source control option. Before that, I've also checked that I'm signed in with my GitHub account. Yeah, I am signed in. So when I moved on here, what I did is I just moved to the source control option. Inside that, I got a publish to GitHub option. From that, I've published my application to the GitHub. You can also do it manually. Like from here also, you can create a repository and add your project directly to. That's an option. But for my case, I have kept it simple. So yeah, that's it. I guess your application should be there on the where on the GitHub repositories. So those who have completed the steps, please let me know in the chat box. Please let me know in the chat box. Okay, I can see. You can check this repository on the GitHub. Here it is. Like the name is translator only and same name, same everything, same folder. Just you will have some credentials in this .env file. That's it. There was some network issue on my end, so okay, fine. I will repeat it once. Oh wow, Prasanna has done it. Sounds great. So okay, Kastub, what I did is I just opened my Visual Studio Code. I just checked in that whether I'm signed up with my GitHub account. In my case, I am. If you are not, please do that. So it will be quite easier for you to do rest of the things. And once you did this, what you are going to do now is just hit this source control option. So if you move to the source control option, and then what you can do is you will get a publish to GitHub option. And from there, just publish your application on the GitHub repo. Keep it private, public as per your choice. In my case, it is private. So yeah, let's see how to deploy this application now. And let's move further. So what we are going to do is just open the Azure where it is. Okay, I can see it is written somewhere in the tabs. I don't need that. I don't need this one. So yeah, here it is. So we can see this. It is quite, yeah, that's it. So what we have to do is just move to home and you will see this simple screen, like which is your home. That's it. And once you reach on here, what you have to do is just go and simply search for a simple name that is app services. Hey, app services, where are you? Please meet me. Okay. Yeah, you can see app services here. So बस कुछ नहीं यहाँ पे जाना है हमारे app services को select कर देना है. That's it. जैसे तुम LinkedIn पे पोस्ट करते हो या फिर जैसे तुम Instagram पे पोस्ट करते हो. Nothing new. यहाँ पे एक बार तुम जब आ जाते हो, once you reach out here, you can see this option. There is no app service to display, right? So you can see there no app service to display. That's it. So एक बार like यहाँ पे कुछ भी नहीं है तो हमें कुछ बनाना पड़ेगा. So what we saw when we were seeing that कि एक बार जब हमारा localhost पे app run करने लग जाता है, so what we were doing is we were just going to app services, and what was this app services was doing is it was acting just like a wrapper जो auto scale करे. Maybe it is possible that आज कुछ 5 users हमारा application use कर रहे हैं, कल जाके 1000 कर दे. You need something which will automatically upgrade, right, to handle the request. तो कुछ नहीं, बस simply हम यहाँ पे app services पे आ गए. Then once we reach here, we just hit this create button, and inside that create button you can see this web app option coming up. That's it, select that. That's it, select that. तो मैं यहाँ पे आ गया हूँ, and yeah, sounds great. तो ऐसा कुछ screen आएगा, something similar we had for translator but with new options I guess, right? तो कुछ नहीं, बढ़िया है. तो हम यहाँ पे क्या करते हैं कि एक सब्सक्रिप्शन चूज कर लेते हैं. In your case, as we said earlier, that it would be something known as students free subscription, something like that, student subscription I guess. तो बस वो सिलेक्ट कर लेना. एंड रिसोर्स ग्रुप आई गेस तुम्हारे यहाँ पे एक ऑप्शन अवेलेबल होगा जो लास्ट टाइम तुमने रिसोर्स ग्रुप बनाया था. इन माय केस इट वाज MLSA, तो मैंने बस सेम नाम रख दिया, दैट्स इट. एंड आई एम कीपिंग दिस नेम एज MLSA. एंड व्हाट नेक्स्ट आई एम डूइंग इज just come up here inside the names and just type the name of your web app. So can you suggest me some name in the chat box, like anything, what web app name you want? Let's keep it translator only, but I think it won't be available. So let's make it translator MLSA, something like this. It should work. Wow, it is working. You can see this green tick. So basically this would be something like our default domain name. You can also wrap it with your own domain name, custom domain name. There is an option. So what we did is we just gave the subscription name, we just gave the resource group name, and यहाँ पे हमने कुछ एक यूनिक सा नाम डाल दिया जो कोई यूज नहीं कर रहा होगा, क्योंकि you must be knowing it, डोमेन नेम जो रहते हैं वो हमेशा यूनिक रहने चाहिए. That's it. Then what is this runtime stack? Okay, what is this? Let's select it. Okay, it is asking me for what application you are trying to deploy. So in our case, I guess it is Python. So for me, the Python version was 3.9. So bus I'm selecting it. That's it. You can select a lower version, but don't go for a higher version, I guess. It won't create much issues, but then also be on safer side. तो बस मैं यहाँ पे select कर लेते हैं और 3.9, that's it. तो यहाँ पर जब मैं आ जाता हूँ, यहाँ पर बाकी तो options भी है, like a Docker container, a static web app. So we are not going to look towards that क्योंकि हमारा तो code है. You can check this. This is entirely a code base. That's it. That's why. तो बस हम यहाँ पे आ जाते हैं. एंड हम यहाँ पे कुछ डाल देते हैं सिंपली जो भी हमारा रिक्वायर्ड थिंग्स था, लाइक Python 3.9, ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम एज लिनक्स एंड रीजन एज ईस्ट यूएस. सो लेट्स मूव फर्दर. व्हाट इज दिस? ओके, दे आर आस्किंग मी फॉर अ प्राइसिंग प्लान. So in your case, you must be seeing this option that is free F1. So just select that. I have more new options, but it's completely up to you what you want. Go for a free one because as you are starting with this, in my case, I know that what it would cost for me, so I'm selecting this plan. That's it. So बस ऐसा इतने कुछ steps करने के बाद में what next we are going to do is we are just going to hit this next deployment option. You can see this. Just go and hit this. That's it. So once you reach out here, you can see that continuous deployment is turned off. So कुछ नहीं यार, बस on कर देते हैं, enable कर देते हैं. तो मैंने कर दिया enable. तो मोस्टली यहाँ पे एक ऑप्शन आएगा तुम्हारे पास कि तुम अपने गिटहब अकाउंट के साथ में साइन इन कर दो. तो बस कर दो, लाइक ब्लाइंडली जस्ट डू दैट. बस कर दो. क्यों करना है, कैसे करना है, कैसे करना है, यू वुड गेट दैट. इट्स क्वाइट सिंपल. बस उस पर टैप करना है, इट विल आस्क फॉर सम ऑथराइजेशन, बस एक्सेस दे दो. दैट्स इट. गिटहब हैज मेड इट क्वाइट सिंपल. सो जैसे मैं मेरा अकाउंट यहाँ पे ऑलरेडी सिलेक्टेड था, इट वाज माय अकाउंट नेम एंड आफ्टर दैट देयर वाज एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. Inside that organization, I am selecting my GitHub account name, that is this one. Maybe it is possible that a person has more than one organization, but in our case, it is quite simple. And then we have to select the repository. What was the repository name? Can anybody just tell me? I guess it was translator, if I'm not wrong. So once you move on here, where is the translator? Okay, just a second. It was there only. That's it. So there are many things. See this translator. So just select this translator. That's it. मैंने क्या कर दिया, बस सिंपली जो मेरा GitHub का रेपोजिटरी था, वो GitHub के रेपोजिटरी में जो भी नाम था, लाइक व्हाट वाज द नेम, यहाँ पे नाम देखो ट्रांसलेटर है, तो मैंने बस वो जाके यहाँ पे आने के बाद में सिलेक्ट कर दिया. दैट्स इट. एंड ब्रांच, इफ यू हैव फॉलोड द स्टेप्स, द डिफॉल्ट ब्रांच इज मेड. सो तुम्हें मोस्ट ऑफ द एक ही ब्रांच मिलेगी. दैट्स इट. दैट इज योर डिप्लॉयमेंट ब्रांच व्हेन यू आर लाइक डिप्लॉइंग योर एप्लीकेशन. सो वंस यू रीच आउट here, then what you have to do is you just have to select this option, that review plus create. That's it. It's quite simple. Just read and work over it. And it would try to tell me that what are the details like what is the subscription, what is the resource group. Check it once if you want. And for me, I'm just directly hitting the create button. So once I'm doing this, you can see your application is getting deployed. It is saying initializing deployment. So yeah, let them do some work. Okay, they are working at the background. बस कुछ हो रहा है, क्या हो रहा है हम समझने का ट्राई करेंगे. दैट्स इट. हम बस कुछ नहीं, एक CI/CD पाइपलाइन बना रहे हैं. दैट्स इट. एंड वो सब ऑटोमेटिकली Azure की तरफ से हो रहा है. सो डोंट नीड टू वरी रिगार्डिंग द थिंग्स and just keep on seeing it. Like you will get the things what is happening if you just read on. That's it. So it is saying that deployment is in progress and yeah, let's wait for some time. अब हमारा इतना बड़ा एप्लीकेशन है यार, कुछ टाइम तो लगेगा उसे भी समझने के लिए कि लाइक उसे रेडी करने के लिए, जैसे तुम रेडी होते हो कहीं बाहर जाने के लिए. Mostly something similar to that. Okay. So yeah, it is in progress. Let's wait for some time. It may take sometimes a minute or 2 minutes. Give the time to it. That's it. And once you reach out here, so it is saying deployment succeeded. So yeah, so we will be sharing it and that's it. Now what next we are going to do is, you can see this go to resources option the same way you saw in your translator option, right? So kuch nahi, bas simply I'm selecting this go to resources option and yeah, like kuch ho raha hai. What is that? We will try to figure it out. So okay, it is deployed mostly I guess. So अगर चेक करना है तो बस कुछ नहीं यार, यहाँ पे एक डिफॉल्ट domain name hai. If you want to wrap it inside your custom domain name, something like what we have, like your own domain, something like Atharva said he is having atharvakhedkar.com. You can check it. Something like that. If you want with your own name, you can purchase that. You can add here with add custom domain. That's it. And yeah, so here we are having this default domain name. So let's check whether it is working here or not. Mostly it will be not because it takes some time. Okay, it is saying that wait for some time. So let's check what is happening here. Once you reach out here on your GitHub repository and you refresh it, mostly you will see something like, see here, it is saying production. It means that it is not yet done entirely. So wait for some time. ये कुछ production है जो गोल गोल घूमते रहेगा. Once it is done, it will just notify you with a green signal. So wait for that green signal. That's it. So कुछ wait कर लेते हैं यार. थोड़ा सा wait तो करना पड़ेगा. And if you want to know like what is happening here, you may see that there is a new folder coming up here. This is known as GitHub Workflows 1. ये basically होता क्या है? This is GitHub Actions. That's it. कुछ नहीं, बस ये GitHub Actions है. And what is GitHub Actions? It is a CI/CD pipeline. Inside that you have a YML file, and inside that YML file, you can see like it has automatically created these things, and उसमें वो automatically देखो like the steps you did, pip install flag r requirement.txt automatically हर एक चीज हमारे लिए कर लेगा. They don't want you to work. They want to automate these things. That's why. That's it. So that you can just focus on deployment portion. Yeah, Docker is also an option. Something not Docker, but it is a containerization tool. So not Docker. You may say GitHub Actions is a different thing. It is a CI/CD pipeline. So just move back and let's see whether it is done or not. So I guess it is still in the production, but then also I can see a green signal. So let's check it whether our app is working or not. So where it was, like it was here, I guess. I'm not wrong. We just refresh it. Okay, wow, it's working. Can you see that? Okay, can you see that? Let me know in the chat box. So it's working there. Yeah, it is in deploying phase. You can see here, it is deployed. Now it will be green signal. Okay, let's refresh it once. Mostly, sometimes it may occur. Yeah, you can see it is in production before 2 minutes. Like 2 minutes पहले से ये production में. You can see this. And once you open this application, translator one, you can see this. Like this is a link. If you want, you can also taste it. I will share the link if you want. Oh, wow, sounds great, doesn't it? Like you have an entire application which can be tasted by anyone now. So you can also wrap it with your custom domain name. So let's try to convert something like hello tech enthusiast or something like can you suggest me something to convert it into any other language? Anything. Let's write our app is deployed. And if we write this, our app is deployed, and let's convert this to Russian. How many of you like Russian language there? Please let me know. How many of you like Russian? Okay, I guess let's try to translate it. Hopefully it should work. In our case, okay, Vishal likes Russian. Wow. So Vishal, this is for you. You can just check it out whether this is right or not. So you can just go to somewhere around like this is for no use as of now. So you can just go to this. What is this? Japanese to English now. So let's make it Russian. Let's make it Russian. That's it. And just hit the enter button. Okay. Hey Microsoft, we have great MLops bootcamp. Just hire us. Okay, sounds great. So we can also write that. No need to worry. I'm just pasting this whatever we saw here, like what it was. Yeah, I don't know. I am not aware of Russian. So Russian language. So yeah, that's it. So where was our translator? Yeah, this is our translator. See, our application is deployed. It is saying this. So isn't it amazing? Isn't it working? Please let me know. Okay. So yeah, like sounds great. Sounds great. So you can also follow the steps. I know it. We moved on quite faster, but solving each and every issue may be quite lengthy process, right? So you can convert anything. Like if you want to retest it, just go and say try another language inside that, paste whatever it is. Like this was a message by Kastub, if I'm not wrong, right? So you can paste it as per your needs. So MLOps is right. So yeah, that's it. You can convert it now to Italian. I want to know how we write this in Italian. So yeah. Okay. Is okay. This is Italian only, but I was not able to recognize it. I was thinking it is English. So hey Microsoft. Yeah, I don't know how to spell it. If anyone, please let me know. It's working. Sounds great. So that's it, guys. I guess you enjoyed a lot creating this small application. And you can try it by your own also. Like you can, instead of a translator, you can use a speech service. There are many services given by Azure. If you want a guided path, you can also go to Microsoft Learn and you can just check that. We have their official documentation to how to use these things. So you can just check it here itself. That's it. There are many other languages also available. Like in our case, we have kept simple. That's why we have this many languages only. So in your case, if you have anything new, you can add that. Just check it once, key whether it is available in Azure Cognitive Services tab or in other official documentation, whatever language it is. That's it. Yeah, you will get the recordings. Don't worry. So I guess we are done with it. Do you want to ask any questions or something like that, or else we can wrap up? Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, we have one more thing that is a quiz. I guess most of you are waiting for a LinkedIn premium, I guess, right? So let's have a small quiz on the entire session. Okay, somebody's ready. So sounds amazing.
So the winners will be getting a LinkedIn premium.
Yeah. So let's begin with that. I will share the link and the code with you. Just give me a second. I'm just figuring it out. Many of you are excited for that, I guess. Let me share the link. I have to just launch it. So basically what we are going to do is we are going to use Slido for this and talking about the link, just give me a second. I'm giving it to you. I will also share the code with you. So yeah, here is your link. Just wait a second. I'm pasting the link in the chat box. You can directly get that. Yeah, sounds great. Just move on to that link. Visible, let me know. Yeah, it must be. So I will also do the same. I will just move on here and just go to that link. That's it. It will open the slide interface. Yeah, you can write your name, whatever it is, something like in my case, my name is Atharv Melody. That's it. So yeah, just join this. Like for me, I joined it like this. So you also joined it. We can see 17 users there. Guys, be fast and be quick. Okay, we will wait for a minute more. Custom want the link. Custom, I already posted it. Let me reshare it if you want. Like if you're facing an issue, I can also share the code with you if needed. Please let me know there's such thing. So basically, you will also get the leaderboard and few questions on the entire session. I hope you would be able to answer that. Sounds great. So yeah, we will wait till 8:33 somewhere, or let's make it 8:34. And once done, then we can move further. It won't take more than 5 to 4 minutes to finish the quiz. So we'll wait for 2 more minutes and let the folks join in. You can see 36 people are still there, like they've joined in, waiting for others. Wow. So 37, I guess we have still 22 to 25 folks more. So guys, just join in fast. We would wait after 34. Okay. Yes, two more people hopped in. 39 users there. Yeah, so it's 8:33. 1 more minute to go. Okay, sounds great. Just last 1 minute, then we'll start. I hope you all enjoyed the session. We created an amazing application out there. Just make sure that you don't make it publicly available if your credentials are available in the repository. That's it. Yeah, I guess it's up. So we can try. Yeah, you will overcome that error. So not to worry. So all set. Let's begin. And here on your screen. Yeah, guys, just be quick. You have 15 seconds to answer the question and answer it like, I guess, what is Microsoft Azure? I guess it was a movie, if I'm not wrong. Okay, poll is logged. Just 15 seconds time. That's it. Okay, we can see 94 people answered it right. So yeah, next question. It must be somewhere here around on your screens. Yeah, that's it. So what is name? Acha, name two key benefits of using cloud services like Azure. Something uh like can anybody guess? Atar, can you guess that? Okay, there's yeah. So let's try on the next question. What it is? What are virtual machines? So can anybody just tell me? I think it is a computer that runs without electricity. Is that? It's like okay. You can see most of the folks are right somewhere. Yeah. So here on your screens, the next question would be coming up. Yeah. What are Azure Cognitive Services and what is their primary purpose? Okay. Type of virtual reality headset. Sounds amazing. You can see many of them are right. Wow, sounds great. Next question here up on your screen. Name 2 examples of services that fall under Azure Cognitive Services. Was it music service? Fitness tracker? Is it? Sounds like most of the folks are right there also. 55%. It's quite good number. So next question here on your screens. 4 more questions to go. What is the purpose of the computer vision service in Azure Cognitive Services? I guess there was a small introduction of computer vision in the session, if I'm not wrong. Okay, let's see. Wow, 66% answered it for to allow computer to interpret and analyze visual content. Sounds great. And that is the right one, I guess. So what is it? Azure Web App. I guess we used it. Most of you must be answering it right. Let's see. 2 more questions to go. Okay, a service that lets you host and manage web applications. Right somewhere. So how does Azure Web App scaling work? I guess 1 more question to go if I'm not wrong. And then we can have a leaderboard on the screen. It will be also visible to you all on your screen too. So what type of application can be hosted on Azure Web App? So is it web apps? Is it mobile apps? I guess it is 3D game. Let's see what's the answer. Sounds like we have 1 question, or I guess it's last one. Okay. Yeah, 1 last one. I guess we used Flask. Flask is a type of beverage. What's the question? What is Flask and how does it relate to web development? Okay, I guess most of you are going to answer that because we used it, right? Yeah, sounds like wow. Let's see what's the score. That's it. I guess for me, it is not visible on the screen. What is the leaderboard? But it must be visible on your screens if I'm not wrong, as I haven't answered, I guess. Like basically you want to participate. Sorry for that one. So, okay. Can we get the winner? Just a second. I will share it from. I got it. So who's a winner? He is Bal Ganesh. That is, let me share it on the screen. I got that. Just a second. Yeah, I got it somewhere. So we can see this is a small screenshot. You can see who it is. Bal Ganesh, the first one. The second one is Piyush. The third one is Hitesh. Okay. So congratulations, guys. You would be getting a LinkedIn premium through your mails. Please do a small thing. I don't know like you have shared your proper mails or not. Please share me the mails. Like through mail, just you can reply on my previous mail. You can do something like that, or else you can also share it on chat box if possible. That's it. Sorry for that. Yeah, that's it. I guess Slido also has that option. So sounds great. So yeah, congratulations, guys. We can wrap up. I guess I also have that mails available. I just saw that. That's it. Please reply on the invite mail, right? And congratulations to all the Vedas. Like, you all were attentive throughout the session, right? That's why you are the Veda. I hope you all loved this amazing session. And thank you all for joining in.
So thank you all for joining in. Please consider the session as officially over. You may leave the chat meet like the meeting. Thank you once again.